Hello, good morning, dear students. Welcome to Interactive Virtual Class Nagaland once again. So we have been discussing in our previous classes about microorganisms, correct? We have discussed about good microbes, the friendly microorganisms, and how they are useful to us. Okay, so in today's class we will discuss about more about microorganisms. Okay, so here we have some examples of microorganisms. Okay, if you can recall some bacteria, fungi, and virus. Okay, so not all microorganisms are good, not all microorganisms are bad. Yes, we have discussed about good microorganisms. Today we will discuss about bad microbes. Okay, so here bad microbes will make us sick. Okay, bad microbes will also spoil the food. So these are some of the examples. Okay, bad microbes will also cause diseases in plants and animals. So here in this case, okay, the bad microbes are harmful to us, so they are considered as harmful microorganisms. So today we will discuss about bad microbes and harmful microorganisms. All right, so let us see here. We have discussed that microorganisms are present everywhere. Yes, in the air, in the soil, water, snow, lava, acid, correct? So what happens when we walk around? Okay, and these bad microbes, when they enters our body, okay, these bad microbes that are present in our surroundings, when they enter our body, it will make us sick. Okay, so here we see a person in a hospital because he is sick. Now let us come to pathogen. So what are pathogens? So here we have some microbes, fungi, bacteria, and virus. Okay, these are some of the microorganisms that cause diseases. So pathogens are disease causing microorganisms. Okay, remember that pathogens are disease causing microorganisms. So those microorganisms or those organisms which causes diseases are called pathogens. Okay, remember this term, students, pathogens. The organisms which causes diseases are known as pathogens. So let us see here. Here we see a group of students sitting together in class. One of the girl is sick. We see that she is coughing, she is sneezing. Yes. Now, after some time, we see that this boy who was sitting next to her is also getting sick. Okay? Is also getting sick. So we see that the disease has been transmitted from the girl to this boy. Okay? So this type of diseases are called communicable diseases. Those diseases which can be spread from one person to another are called communicable diseases. Okay, so microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Remember this. Okay, what are communicable diseases? These microbial diseases that can be spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Alright students, we have the first question for today. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, disease causing organisms are called as, okay, which of the following? I'm giving you 15 seconds for this question. Your time starts now. Disease causing microorganisms are called as, option A is pathogens, option B is fungi, option C is viruses, and option D is none of this. Alright students, your time is up. So here we see that fungi, viruses are some of the microorganisms that cause diseases. Yes, now all together, okay, the disease causing microorganisms are called as pathogens. So yes, very good students. The correct answer for this question is option A, that is pathogens. Okay. Alright students, let us proceed. So here, airborne diseases. Okay, airborne diseases. We have seen that communicable diseases can be spread through air. So here, when the infected person sneeze or cough, okay, the aerosols that is released by the person, when it is inhaled by healthy person, then the health will get infected. Another case is waterborne diseases. Okay, these different microbes, they breathe in water. Okay, so when we consume dirty water, it will also make us sick. So diseases can also spread through water. Okay, water not only in liquid, not only in drinking water, but also in ice. Okay, and ice cream. Diseases can also be spread through physical contact. Okay, diseases can also be spread through physical contact. Here we have physical contact with person to person, physical contact of human and animals. Okay, so let us see one example here. Common cold. Okay, the symptoms of common cold includes headache, red nose, sneezing, shivering. Okay, so let us see how this common cold is transmitted from one person to another. So here we see that this boy is sick and he is sneezing, coughing. Yes, so let us see causative agent. Okay, what is the causative agent of common cold? So the common cold is caused by rhinoviruses. Okay, the causative agent of common cold is rhinoviruses. Transmission, it can be transmitted by inhaling the aerosols released by infected person, transmitted through the contaminated objects such as pens, books, and computer keyboard. Okay, so this common cold can be transmitted from one person to another through aerosols. When we sneeze or when we cough, the aerosols released by the infected person, when it is inhaled by healthy person, they will also get sick. And other ways can be when an infected person touches, after rubbing her eyes or after cleaning her nose or his nose, when he touched the object, and when the same object is touched by healthy person, then common cold can also be transmitted through physical contact and by the articles used by the infected person. Symptoms of common cold include sneezing, runny nose, sore throat, tiredness, and cough. Okay, so let us see here. Here we see the girl is sick. She is teary. Okay, she is coughing. Okay, now she rub her eyes. Okay, the tears from her eyes with her handkerchief. Okay, and kept it on her pillow. After some time, it fell down. Now her friend came to visit her. Okay, her friend came to visit her. They were talking, and then again her eyes got teary again. So when she tried to rub her eyes with handkerchief, she saw that her handkerchief has fallen down. So she rubbed her eyes, with her hands, shake her hands with her friends. Again another friend came in and picked up the handkerchief for her. Yes. Now let us see what happens. Now after some time, both of these girls got sick. Okay. It is because for this girl, the infected person touches her eyes with her bare hands and shake her hands. Okay. And in this case, this girl touches the article which was used by the infected person. So the disease was transmitted to both of this person. Okay. So here we see that direct physical contact with the diseased person also causes or transmit the disease. Okay, and it can also be spread, by using the articles used by the diseased person. So here direct physical contact with the diseased person transmitted the disease from one person to another, and by using the articles which was used by the infected person can also spread the diseases. Okay, so here let us see some of the examples, which can be transmitted from one person to another includes cholera. Okay, then we have discussed about common cold. Then another example is chickenpox, and another example is tuberculosis. So these are some of the examples which can be transmitted from an infected person to a healthy person through various means like the aerosols inhaled by the healthy persons, and also by direct physical contact and by using the articles used by the infected person. So we have to be very careful, so that we do not get infected with the diseases. Alright students, so besides physical contacts, okay, and besides using the articles used by the infected person, there are also other ways, okay, in which the disease can be transmitted from one person to another. So we have carriers. So what are carriers? Okay, there are some insects and animals which act as carriers of disease causing microbes. Okay, so here we have some examples. Flies, okay, housefly is a common example. When we left the food uncovered, there will be so many flies. Yes. Now, when we eat this food, sometimes we get sick. Yes, students, it is because these flies, they carry some diseases. Okay, and when they lie down, okay, or when they lay on this food that is kept in open space, they will put the bad microbes into this food. So when we consume this food, we will get infected. Okay, so this is one common example. So here we see that a person is consuming food which was not covered. Now after some time he will get sick because of the housefly. Okay, because the housefly has put the diseases or put bad microbes into the food. So we have to always keep our food covered in order to prevent the housefly from laying down their eggs. Okay. Another example, okay, common diseases in humans. So here we see Anopheles mosquito, okay. She is introducing herself saying, "Hi, I am female Anopheles mosquito." Then these microbes, it reply, "Hi, I am Plasmodium." So Plasmodium is a microorganism, okay. The mosquito said, "You are looking sad, may I know the reason?" Okay. Then the Plasmodium replied, "I don't have a place to reside." Okay. Then Anopheles asked, "Why?" Okay. "Because I am a parasite," replied the Plasmodium. Okay. So Plasmodium is a parasite. They cannot survive on their own. They need a host where they will reside in order to survive. Okay. Then the mosquito replied, "So what?" Okay. Then Plasmodium replied, "I need two hosts." Okay. So not just one host, but this Plasmodium needs two hosts to survive. Then the mosquito, surprised by the response, asks, "Oh, is it?" Okay. Then the Plasmodium asks the mosquito, "You are also looking worried. May I know the reason?" Okay. Then the mosquito replied, "Yes, I am hungry. I need blood meal of human." Okay. So the Plasmodium replied, "Okay." Okay. So mosquito comes and bite us. They suck our blood to feed on our blood. Correct. So here let's see what they will do. Okay. So here we see that the mosquito has some idea. Okay. So she asks Plasmodium, "Shall we make a deal?" Okay. Then the Plasmodium asks, "Okay, but what is the deal?" Okay. Then the mosquito replied, "See, you need two hosts to reside, right?" Then the Plasmodium replied, "Yes." Okay. Then the mosquito again replied, "You considered me as one host, and the deal is you should not harm me." Okay, then the Plasmodium replied, "That's okay, but I need human as another host. What should I do?" Okay, so the mosquito replied, "When I bite the human for blood meal at the time you enter the human body, is the deal okay?" Okay, then the Plasmodium agreed and the deal was done. Okay, so here let us see. This is our human body. Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito. This female Anopheles mosquito, they do not, they themselves is not harmful, but because Plasmodium, okay, they are the carriers of Plasmodium. Okay, remember Plasmodium needs two hosts to survive. So Plasmodium, they carry Plasmodium. This Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito, they carry Plasmodium. So when they come to bite us, okay, when they come to bite us, the Plasmodium will enter our body and it will make us sick. So the disease caused by this carrier is malaria. Okay, causative agent is Plasmodium. It is caused by Plasmodium. Transmission is infected female Anopheles mosquito. Okay, so this is the female Anopheles mosquito, which is the carrier of the disease malaria. Okay, so symptoms of malaria includes high and repeated fever, shivering, headache, and nausea. Okay, so let us see transmission. Remember, Plasmodium requires two hosts to survive. One is the mosquito and one is they have to enter our body, human body. Okay, so let us see. Here we see that this person is sick. In this case, malaria is not transmitted directly from physical contact from the material used by the infected person, okay, but it is transmitted by female anopheles mosquito. So now remember, the plasmodium is living in the body of female anopheles mosquito. They are carrying, the female anopheles mosquito is carrying plasmodium. Okay, so when this mosquito, okay, comes to bite us, it makes us sick. Yes, it makes us sick. Now, the mosquito, healthy mosquito comes to bite the infected person. Now, when this mosquito comes to bite the infected person, this person is already sick. Yes, so the person has already plasmodium. So when this mosquito comes to bite this person, the plasmodium from this infected person again will enter this mosquito. Then this mosquito, when it goes and bite another healthy person, the plasmodium from this mosquito will enter this person. Okay, then after some time this person will also get sick. Okay, so that is how disease is transmitted from one person to another. Okay, that is how the dengue or malaria is transmitted from one person to another. Okay, I'm repeating this, students. Plasmodium cannot survive on their own, so they will enter the mosquito. Okay, then when the mosquito comes to bite us, when mosquito comes to bite us, plasmodium will enter our body and it will make us sick. Okay, the disease caused by this is malaria. Okay, now how is it transmitted from one person to another? Now when one person is sick, okay, when mosquito comes and bite this person, okay, or suck blood from this person, and the same mosquito goes and suck blood from another healthy person, okay, the mosquito will transfer, okay, or the plasmodium that is present in the mosquito will enter the healthy person. So this is how the malaria disease is transmitted from one person to another. It is not done through direct physical contact. It is not from air. It is not from food, but it is by the mosquito. Okay, we have similar example. Okay, we have similar example. Here we see this. Now the person is sick, lying on his bed. Another example is female AIDS mosquito. Okay, female AIDS mosquito. Female AIDS mosquito acts as carrier of dengue virus. So we have discussed that female Anopheles mosquito acts as carrier of malaria disease. And here female AIDS mosquito, it acts as carrier for dengue virus. Okay, so remember the difference. Female Anopheles mosquito is for malaria. Female AIDS mosquito is for dengue virus. Okay. Alright, students, let us proceed. Another disease, okay, typhoid. Typhoid is another disease caused by microbes. The causative agent of typhoid is Salmonella typhi. It is a type of bacteria. Okay, transmission of typhoid is from contaminated food and water. Some of the symptoms of typhoid includes stomach pain, constipation, headache, loss of appetite, intestinal perforation, and death. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms of typhoid. Some more diseases caused by microbes include foot and mouth disease in human. Okay, so these are some of the pictures that we see, okay, of foot and mouth disease. So these are also diseases caused by microbes in human. Anthrax, okay, this is also another disease caused by microbes in human. Alright, students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, causative agent of typhoid is. We have 4 options. I'm giving you 30 seconds to respond to this question. Your time starts now. Yes, students. Causative agent of typhoid is option A, Plasmodium vivax, option A, Plasmodium vivax, option B, Salmonella typhi, option C, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and option D is none of this. So which of the following option is the correct answer? Yes, students. Alright, students, your time is up, and yes, very good. The correct answer for this question is option B, that is Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi is the causative agent of typhoid. Very good, students. Diseases in animals. Okay, microbes are not only harmful to human, but they are also harmful to plants and animals. So let us see some of the diseases caused by microbes in animals. One of the diseases caused by microbes is foot and mouth disease in cattle. Okay, you will see there are infection, okay, in the mouth and foot of the cattle. This is also caused by microbes. Diseases in plants. We have rust of wheat. Okay, rust of wheat. See, let us see. When we look at this leaves of wheat, you will see the structure. It's like it's rusting, brown orange color, correct? This is caused by fungi. Okay, so rust of wheat is a disease in plant caused by microbes. Another example is mosaic. Okay, bindi, yellow vein mosaic of bindi. Okay, so let us see the picture. You will see such structures in bindi. Okay, we call it as lady's finger, correct? So you will see such structures in the leaves of bindi. Okay, so this is also caused by microbes. It is caused by virus. Okay, then you will see these structures in lemon, orange, correct? So this disease is known as citrus canker. Okay, and this disease is caused by bacteria. You will see these structures in fruits, in leaves. So these are some of the diseases caused by microbes in plants and animals. Alright, students, let us see. Here we see a group of students in the class. Yes. So here we have group of boys and girls. So let us take these three boys. Okay. So two of the boys, they went out to use washroom. Okay. For their needs. Now after using the washroom, they came out. They washed their hands with hand wash. Okay. They washed their hands with hand wash and returned back to the class. Then after some time, another boy moves out, went to use washroom. Now after using washroom, what do we see here? We see that he did not wash his hands. Now all three of them started having their lunch. They had their lunch. Now after having their lunch, the first two boys again went back and washed their hands. Okay. Then the third boy came and threw, okay, the leftovers. Okay, he threw the leftovers into dustbin and came back to class without washing his hands. Now what happens? After some days, we see that this boy was absent. Okay, in the attendance register, we see that the boy was absent. Then the teacher asked him, "Why didn't you attend the classes yesterday?" Okay. Then the boy replied, "I had loose motion, teacher." Okay. Then the teacher replied, "Oh, did you go to the doctor?" Okay. Then the boy replied, "Yes, he said it is due to food poisoning." Okay. Then the teacher replied, "Okay, take care of your health." Okay. Then the student replied, "Yes, teacher." Okay. So students, let us see. Do you know why this student got sick? Or do you know why these students got food poisoning? Yes, it is caused by microbes, right? He did not wash his hands after using the washroom, correct? So even if we cannot see, microbes are present everywhere. Okay, so we have to wash our hands before and after every meal. Okay, so here the food poisoning is also caused by the microbes. Alright, students, coming back here, each food substance has its own shelf life. Okay, each food substance has its own shelf life. So what is shelf life? Let us see. Shelf life is the length of time that a food material can be stored without being spoiled. Okay, so shelf life is the length of time that a food material can be stored without being spoiled. So we have different varieties of food, different types of food. Some food will last longer, some food will last for a shorter period of time, correct? Yes, so that is known as shelf life. Okay, so let us see here, preservation. So what is preservation? The process of storing food for longer time using different technique is known as preservation. Okay, we have seen that each food has different shelf life. So those food which we cannot keep it for a very long time can also be preserved by different techniques. And this process of storing food for a longer period of time using different technique is known as preservation. Preservation methods are broadly of two types. One is the physical methods and the second is chemical methods. So let us see physical methods. One common physical method of preservation is dehydration. Okay, so dehydration is the process of preserving food by removal of water from the food products. So here we see that we can preserve fruits or food by drying them, sun drying them. Okay, so here we see the puppets which are also preserved by drying it in the sun. Chemical methods. Okay, chemical methods means preservation of food by using chemical agents. So there are different foods which are preserved by chemical methods. So let us see here some of the agents used for preservation. Okay, salt is used in preservation of pickles and fish. Sugar is used in preservation of fruit. Sodium benzoate is used in preservation of pickles, fruit juices and jams, cheese, etc. Acetic acid is used in pickling, in making pickle. And sodium bisulfate is also used in preservation of fruits and vegetables. So these are some of the agents, different agents or different chemicals used for preservation of different types of food. Alright students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, the process of storing food for longer time using different technique is called. I'm giving you 15 seconds for this question. Your time starts now. The process of storing food for longer time using different technique is called. Option A is preservation. Option B is decomposition. Option C is dehydration. And option D is none of this. So which of the following option is the correct answer? Alright students, your time is up, and yes, very good, the correct answer is option A, that is preservation. Other physical methods. Okay, physical methods can be cold storage. The process of preserving food under low temperature, that is 6 degrees Celsius to 8 degrees Celsius. In cold storage, okay, it slows down the metabolic rate of food and reduces microbial activity. So here you will also observe that when we store food or fruits in refrigerator or in fridge, it will last longer than when we keep the fruits outside, right? When you place a basket of fruit on the open space, that is table, kitchen table, and when you store food in fridge, which one will last longer? Yes, students, we know that the fruits inside the fridge or refrigerator will last longer. It is because of the cold temperature, the metabolic rate of food is reduces. Okay, it slows down the metabolic rate and reduces the microbial activity, that is the action of the microbes. Another physical method is pasteurization. Okay, this method is given by Louis Pasteur. So pasteurization is the process of heating milk at 65 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes and suddenly cooling it. Okay, so this is the instrument used. Here fresh milk is put in a container. It is heated at 65 degrees Celsius. Then after heating the milk at 65 degrees Celsius, it is suddenly cooled in the cooling section. Now this milk is known as pasteurized milk, and that is how milk is preserved. Okay, and that is how the milk are packed in different packages and supplied to different parts of the country. Okay, alright students, we have another question. Please get your rough devices ready. The question is, sterilization of milk at high temperature is known as. Okay, I'm giving you 20 seconds for this question. Your time starts now. Sterilization of milk at high temperature is known as option A, pasteurization, option B, filtration, option C, pickling, option D, refrigeration. Alright students, your time is up. And yes, very good. The correct answer is option A, that is pasteurization. That is pasteurization, option A. Okay. Alright students. Now, in our last week class, we have discussed about the usefulness of microorganisms, and in one of the point we have discussed about increasing the soil fertility, correct, by nitrogen fixation. Yes students, so let us see in details, okay, about this nitrogen fixation. So nitrogen fixation, what is nitrogen fixation? It is the process of converting free gaseous nitrogen of the atmosphere into useful forms of nitrogenous compound. Useful form of nitrogens are ammonia, nitrates and nitrates. So let us see. Okay. Biological fixation of nitrogen is the process which involves fixing of nitrogen directly by microorganisms. So some of the microorganisms which help in fixing nitrogen includes rhizobium and Anabina nostoc. So these are some of the microorganisms which help in fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere. Okay, so let us see, taking the example of rhizobium, symbiotic bacteria as biofertilizer. Okay, so rhizobium is a bacteria present in the roots of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants include those gram, pea, groundnut. Okay, so these rhizobium are present in the roots of the leguminous plants. So let us see. Here, the bacteria present in the roots of leguminous plants says, "Hi, I am rhizobium." So the bacteria present in the roots of leguminous plant is rhizobium. So let us see how this rhizobium helps in fixing nitrogen. Okay, so this rhizobium, okay, in the presence of nitrogenase, okay, in the presence of nitrogenase, it will convert the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Okay, the rhizobium present in the roots of leguminous plant will convert the atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia in the presence of nitrogenase. Okay, so here nitrogen is converted to ammonia in the presence of nitrogenase. Then we have some more nitrifying bacteria, okay, called nitrobacter and nitrosomonas. So these are some of the examples of nitrifying bacteria, and this nitrifying bacteria will take the ammonia, okay, will take the ammonia and convert it into nitrites and nitrates. Okay, so here the ammonia is converted into nitrates. These nitrates, okay, will be taken up by the plants through the roots, okay, to different parts of the plant. Okay, the nitrates will be carried to different parts of the plant. It will be absorbed by the roots and carried to different parts of the plant. Now the plants make use of these nitrates for their growth and development. Okay, so here leguminous plant. By the action of rhizobium and the nitrifying bacteria, the plant will absorb nitrates from its roots and it will carry to different parts of the plants which will help in their growth and development. Okay, so here we will see that the plants grow in size, yes, and develop. So this is how the rhizobium helps, okay, how rhizobium helps in converting atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. Then ammonia is converted into nitrates by nitrifying bacteria. Rhizobium can form association with only leguminous plants. Okay, there are different bacteria which will help, okay, in fixing the nitrogen for other plants, but this rhizobium can only form association with leguminous plants, not with other plants. So for a non-leguminous plant, other free living bacteria can be used to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, so rhizobium present in the nodules of leguminous plants converts free atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. Okay, so example of leguminous plants is groundnut. So this is how fixing of nitrogen or fixing of atmospheric nitrogen takes place in leguminous plants. So this is the overall nitrogen cycle. We have nitrogen in atmosphere. Okay, this nitrogen in atmosphere, okay, by biological fixation of nitrogen is converted to ammonia. The ammonia is then converted to useful parts, okay, useful compound of nitrogen like nitrates. These nitrates will be absorbed by the plants for the growth and development, and the plant will grow. Okay, now some animals feed on plants, including human. We also eat plants, alright. So through food chain, the animal will also consume the nitrates, okay, the nitrogen compounds. So here we have animal proteins. Now when the plant dies, okay, by the process of ammonification or bacterial composition of that plants, the nitrates will be converted to ammonia. Similarly, when animal dies or when we die, by decomposition, the different nitrogen compounds will be converted to ammonia. Okay, this process is known as ammonification. Now the ammonia again in the soil by the process of nitrification will be converted to nitrites in soil. These nitrites again is converted to nitrates by nitrification process. Now we know that nitrates are absorbed by plants. So again these nitrates will be absorbed by plants for the growth and development. Some of these nitrates by denitrification it will be converted to nitrogen in atmosphere. The nitrogen in atmosphere, okay, besides biological fixation, it can be also converted to nitrates by artificial fixation and by electrochemical fixation of nitrogen. So here we see that this is the nitrogen cycle. Okay, nitrogen in the atmosphere is converted to different form of nitrogen compounds which are absorbed by the plants and animals, and on decomposition, okay, it forms ammonia in the soil. The ammonia in the soil is again converted to nitrites by nitrification process. The nitrites in the soil again is converted to nitrites by nitrification process. These nitrates is again absorbed by the plants, and some of the nitrates are converted to atmospheric nitrogen by denitrification process, and this is how the nitrogen cycle continues. Okay, alright students, so in today's class, okay, we have discussed about the bad microbes and the harmful microorganisms. We have discussed the different diseases caused by microorganisms. We have discussed how they are transmitted from one person to another. Yes students, we have also discussed the pathogen or the disease causing microorganisms. So try to remember the causative agents, okay, the transmission and the symptoms of the different diseases that we have discussed today. We have also discussed about the shelf life, correct? The shelf life, it is the duration or the period of each food. They have different period. Some food can be stored for a longer period of time, and some food can be stored only for a shorter period of time. And because of this, we have also discussed about the preservation. There are different preservation methods. There are some methods that we have discussed under physical methods and chemical methods. Physical methods include dehydration, pasteurization, cold storage, right? Chemical methods includes the use of different chemicals for preservation of different food items. And lastly, we have discussed about nitrogen cycle. Yes students, so I hope you have learned something from today's class. This leads us to the last question for today. Please get your rough devices ready and respond to this question. Your time starts now. The question is, how do you feel about today's class? Okay, option A is happy, option B is quite good, option C is satisfactory, and option D is confused. Kindly give your feedback about today's class. Alright students, thank you so much for your response, and thank you for joining today's class. I will see you again in our next class. Till then, take care everyone and have a nice day.